What's up, guys? Welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be going somewhere that's been different than all the other places we've been to before. I wanted to make sure that this weekend was a little bit different because I don't want to have the channel be too repetitive. With that said, today we're going to be going to a place that me and my wife found right before the pandemic started. And the funny thing is, it is literally down the street from our house. It is maybe a 10-minute walk, if that, and then about a 2-3 minute drive. But it is one of the best slices of pizza that I've ever had in my life, and I'm not exaggerating. The place is a Venezuelan owner who was actually raised in Italy, who moved here and opened up this restaurant. And it is one of the best, most unique places for pizza that I've been to here in Orlando. So today we're gonna be going over there, and I'm gonna try to see if we can get different flavors of pizza, like different type of pizza slices, try them out, give a review on it. But then we're gonna go to my favorite thing about this place, and it's their freaking desserts. Because the pizza is out of this world, but the desserts that they serve there are so decadent and delicious and just absolutely melt in your mouth that it just leaves you wanting more. I'm really excited. My wife's about to get in the car, and we're about to go ahead and head out and get there. Can't wait to see you there, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. We made it. It is packed in here, but we were able to get a table, thankfully. So this is the Italian and Venezuelan place called Tartini Express. It is the best pizza that we've had in Orlando. This is my wife.
Hi.
And we're just gonna enjoy and indulge ourselves in this pizza because it's absolutely delicious the way it's prepared. So as you can see, we ordered half and half on the pizza. The first half, which is the one with the pepperoni and the Italian sausage, is called the Tartini Express. It's a specialty here in the restaurant. And it's basically red sauce, mozzarella cheese, Genoa salami, pepperoni, sorpressata salami, and Italian sausage. And on the left side, you can see the one that we have, which we really love. It's called Little Venezia, and it's red sauce, mozzarella cheese, ham, and sweet corn, which is something really unique. You usually only see that in certain places that are really authentic with their pizza. And this, I'm actually really excited because according to my wife, this is a really common topping on pizza in Venezuela, so I can't wait to try it. I can personally say that I've never actually had any corn on pizza before, so I'm really excited to try that out. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. It is fresh right out of the oven. It's nice, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and show you. It's nice and thin, so we're gonna have that nice crispy crust. In this front area, it's gonna be nice and a little bit soft because we waited quite a bit for it to cool down because it came right out of the oven and straight to our table. But just the glistening, oh, I can already tell there's gonna be one good piece of pizza. All right, guys, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a piece of the Tartini Express, which is their specialty here.
It's huge.
It is a huge freaking piece of pizza. It's literally almost the size of the plate. You guys gotta check this out. Let me show you. This is the size of my hand, so it's a pretty big pizza. It's 18 inches in diameter, so it's pretty dang big. Now, for me personally, I like a little bit of Parmesan on the top, just a little bit. That's a little bit of extra flavor. And then, of course, pepper flakes, because I love my pizza to be a little bit spicy when I eat it. It just feels like it adds that next level of layer of flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. You ready, babe? Let's go ahead and try it out.
Cheers.
Oh, that's one heck of a good pizza. It's great. It's a great slice.
It is.
Despite it having salami, pepperoni, and Italian sausage, and the Parmesan cheese that I put on there, it's still not too salty. It balances it out really well because of how delicious of a char flavor the bottom of that crust has. The crust itself is perfectly brown, and in some areas it's actually closely to almost being burnt, which is like nice charred pieces. but just that crunch that you feel. Then you get that delicious marinara sauce that they have that's specially made in-house. The acidity kind of cuts through the fatness of the cheese and all the fat from all the different meats that's on this. But because of that sauce and the way the kick from the red pepper is, it's hard to explain. It really does not overwhelm the saltiness, because that was one concern when we saw it, was, man, that's a lot of different slices of meat, and they're really generous with the amount of toppings that they put on this, as you guys can see. But with that said, man, like, it is not a salty piece of pizza. It is, however, and this is pretty common, considering all the meats that are on there, it's really greasy. The grease tastes really good, but I'm 100% sure it's going to be giving me heartburn or something like that later, but totally worth it.
I put a little bit of Parmesan and this one.
The red pepper flakes?
The red pepper. It tastes so good.
Now, not many of you guys know, but my wife is half Venezuelan, half Italian. So she's really picky with her pizza, with her pasta, and things like that. That's a stereotype that, at least with her, is 100% true.
I like this type of pizza, which is thin and is very cheesy. That is my favorite one. And obviously, it had pepperoni. This is corn. Mm-hmm. That is a Venezuelan thing. Usually usually in the Italian plates, like in pizza, they usually put everything on it, but the corn actually is very Venezuelan.
Is it?
Is
okay.
that like a mix?
So I was wrong in the beginning. So it's actually mostly Venezuelan. I was thinking maybe in Italy they did that. So that's really cool. My wife just taught me something. Oh man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish these slices though, because I want to try that corn pizza before it gets cold. While my wife is finishing up the first slice, I grabbed the corn slice and I put it right on the plate here. But I put the corn slice right on top of like the leftover like greasiness and flavor from the sausage, the Italian sausage, the salami, and the pepperoni. So it's gonna give that coating on the bottom of the crust. Oh man, it's just really gonna elevate the bread itself. But the bread, like the crust just in general, pizza crust. I know a lot of people like throw that out or put it on the side, but that's one of my favorite parts. And when you get a place like this where they make their own dough and everything's made fresh, and they have the correct oven, I could eat that thing all day now. Now I'm really curious on how this corn pizza is going to taste, because it is the cheese pizza with, I believe it has the same red, they call it red sauce. I'm sure it's like some homemade secret recipe marinara sauce. It has pieces of ham, but the corn itself is on top of the ham, but they also put it imbued with the cheese, or embedded, I'm sorry, with the cheese. And I'm curious how that's gonna work, because it's sweet corn. At least that was the description, that it is sweet corn that they use to make these. So I'm really excited to try this out. We're just waiting on Julie to finish her slice, and then we're gonna go ahead and dig into this one and see how it is. You don't want the crust? See, Julie's one of those people that doesn't eat the crust, but this place is so delicious that I'll happily.
Because they're dry. They're dry. I can eat them with oil sauce.
Just oil? Just hot oil?
Oh yeah, of course.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Olive
yes.
oil.
Olive oil. Yes.
Not me. I can eat this by itself. Sorry.
Want to?
Oh, I gotta finish your crust. All right, fine.
Okay. Look at this. This is huge. This is
All right, we're gonna go ahead and try this one out.
Okay.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. The first thing you taste is the crust, because it's the first thing that hits your tongue. Right after that, you get that nice thin layer of the marinara sauce with the cheese that's full of flavor. Then you get the saltiness from the ham, but then you finish it off by biting down into one of those little, it's not crunchy, it literally just pops with freshness of corn right in your mouth, and you get that sweetness coat your tongue. I never thought that corn went on pizza. At least sweet corn. I never thought sweet corn went on pizza. I just thought that was a really weird mix, but oh my God, that is so weird. It's so weird how well it goes together.
It's filling the mix of the sweet of the corn.
Yeah, and the saltiness of the ham, it goes really,
It's very
really well
soft.
together.
It is so soft. And ¿cómo se dice? La harina.
Yeah, the flour, like the flour from the bread itself, you mean?
It's really soft. You can bite it like easily.
Yeah, the crust is like, it's crunchy, but it's also soft. Like the outside, you have a hard layer of crunchiness from the really high temperatures of the oven, but then the inside is nice and fluffy. I don't know if you guys can hear all the noise. I don't know how good this new mic is, because this mic is brand new. We just got it for this episode. But there's an entire football team that just walked in, like a kids football team, come in here to have like a birthday party and a celebration because they just won the game. So we apologize if it's too loud.
It is too hot, but the spiciness and the perfect mix that.
Oh yeah, the heat. Yeah, when you add that heat to the sweetness of the corn, it really elevates it, man. All right, guys, we were looking at the different desserts that they have. And, all right, so we ordered the tiramisu because the tiramisu is my favorite dessert ever. And the food being so delicious here, I'm 100% sure that it's going to be great. But they have different dessert pizzas. And one of the pizzas that they have is called the Sweet Tropical Pizza, which actually we didn't even know existed because we have had their, I believe it's called just Nutella, strawberry Nutella pizza, which is a pizza with Nutella on it. It's topped off with strawberries and then powdered sugar. But I guess we didn't know this, but there's one that's called the Sweet Tropical Pizza, and basically it's the same thing. It's a pizza, it's Nutella, and then on top of the Nutella they put fresh sliced bananas. They top it off with cinnamon, and they top it off with powdered sugar. So I did tell them to take the cinnamon off, just because with all the spice and all this stuff we just ate, I'd rather not have cinnamon at this moment. But we did order it with everything else, so we're just waiting here trying to see when it comes out and we could try this, because just having for example, a Nutella and banana sandwich is delicious. I can't even imagine if it ends up being the quality of pizza that they make with their dough, with all those toppings. I'm super excited, and so is my wife. All right, guys, the freaking pizza came out. This looks amazing, man. It is fresh slices. It smells, the Nutella that comes off, the Nutella smell that comes off of this. It's freaking mind-boggling. It's driving me crazy. So it is 100% very fresh, just sliced bananas. Since you can see that there's no browning. You have powdered sugar on the top, and then you have this nice white crust. It's not as charred as the other ones, but it's nice and warm, so it's freshly made. You got the Nutella that's spread out on it, and the Nutella that's spread out on it is nice and melted because of the heat that's coming off of this thing. And then you have the nice cold pieces of banana right on top. Oh my gosh. We are ready to try this out. Let's go ahead and get the plates.
Yes.
Please. Let's try it out. You ready? Well, we'll just, it's a little hot, but, I was gonna, here, I got you.
It is not.
You got it? All right, fine, here, tap. All right, guys, let's try this out. It is just like that Nutella and banana sandwich you can make. But of course, because we're eating their dough and it's nice and warm and crispy because of how thin this is, it is so freaking delicious.
Hold on. It's literally like the freshness of the pizza, because it's the dough of the pizza. And oh my god, the mix of it's literally, you can try the mix with banana and Nutella. It is good. But now add the dough.
Fresh pizza crust.
Yeah.
It just makes it come together so well.
And it's
Because you have the
hot.
creaminess of the creaminess and the soft texture of the Nutella because it's so hot. The crust. And then you have the nice and cool banana to kind of balance out the temperature. But then that crust, man. That thin crust that's on there. Look how thin this is. That thin crust is just what really brings it together. Oh, thank you so much. And now we have the tiramisu come out. I will say it's really sweet because Nutella in general is really sweet. So, for example, for me, I'm a sweet tooth, but I'm only gonna have one slice. That's enough for me, especially since they just brought out the tiramisu, and that's what we're gonna dig into next. All right, guys, they brought the tiramisu out. They actually put some nice strawberry-infused whipped cream on the left, homemade. They also did some designs with the syrup, and they put powdered sugar on top. This looks amazing. I'm a huge fan of tiramisu, but you can tell right there, you have a dark chocolate, you have cocoa powder, you have the actual cream on the inside, then you have the bottom that's like those, it's like a cookie bottom, but then you could tell that it's nice dark brown, which means they used actual rum on the recipe. And then you have, of course, a strawberry infused, as I mentioned, whipped cream with the cherry on top and the nice little cute design on it. But oh man, I can't wait to dig in. Hopefully this is at least a fraction of as good as it looks, and I'll be fine. However, with everything else that we ate here being so freaking delicious, I have no doubt in my mind that this is gonna blow our world. You ready?
All right.
All right, let's go ahead and get a corner piece each. Oh my gosh, look how that melts. It's, oh my gosh, look at that. It's so freaking soft and creamy, and despite that, the consistency, it stays really well packed together so it's not falling apart. All right, let's go ahead and try it out. Let's do this. Wow. You taste the rum. It's there, and it's apparent. But the alcohol taste of it is not there. It's just the actual flavoring of the rum. You get the creaminess that kind of coats your entire mouth. You feel the dark chocolate syrup that's on top, the powdered sugar with the sweetness. That cookie is the first thing that you taste. It's not a cookie, it's like a sponge cake on the bottom, I apologize. But you taste that sponge cake as well. But it just comes together so well. You taste the coffee in there is really strong. You taste the coffee, you taste the rum, but then you finish it off with the sweetness of the cream itself and the chocolate and the powdered sugar. It is just perfection.
It is creamy.
Yeah, look at this, it's amazing.
Soft.
And then let's go ahead and try out the strawberry infused whipped cream. Wow.
What?
You have to try that. I thought it was going to be like, you know, they use actual strawberries. Like, it's not like strawberry syrup or anything like that. It genuinely tastes like I'm putting a strawberry in my mouth.
Well, it smells like, literally, if it's like a real strawberry.
It's so good, man.
It is too sweet. Too
For
good.
you?
Too good, but too sweet.
It is really sweet. She's not very friendly of whipped cream, to be honest. It is sweet, but I think it's really good because the flavor of the strawberry is so fresh. But I mean, it's whipped cream.
And it disappears in your mouth.
Yeah, like melts as soon as you eat it. Like as soon as it hits your tongue.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Like cotton candy.
Yeah,
It's
almost like cotton candy, but it just disappears. It's so good because it's freshly made. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and finish this, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week. We actually have two places that, while being here, I had a gentleman come up to us and let us know about two places here in Orlando. That, you know, he was curious to like why we're filming and things like that. And we let him know, hey, we have a YouTube channel and we have reviews here. So he's a local, and it was cool because he was like, he gave me two places to go. We have another Peruvian place that specializes in, instead of the meats and stuff like that, it seems like it specializes in seafood. And then we have another Japanese place that I didn't even know existed that's actually fairly close to here that he told us that we should definitely check out because they have some of the best, I believe he said tokiyaki and ramen that he's had in Orlando. So we've been to a few places, so we definitely have areas to compare. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. At the end of the second week from this episode, I have a little surprise for you guys. We're going to finally do the big reveal to show you what I have in store for you guys. I haven't decided when it'll go live, but the news, like I promised, will come out in this month of September. So 2 weeks from now, tune in because I have a surprise for you guys at the end of the episode. With that said, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. I appreciate all the subscribers. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and go ahead and share this video with as many people as you know that live in Orlando or come to Orlando often, so they can check out all these amazing places outside of the theme parks and, you know, the touristy areas. With that said, guys,
let's keep eating.
with that said, guys, let's just keep eating.